The Giants didn't, man. The Giants walk away with their first W against the undefeated Los Angeles Chargers. Not undefeated anymore because Jackson Dart got his first W in his first game as a starting quarterback for New York Giants. Listen, we talked about it during the morning, man, before we jumped into the game. Jackson Dart's expectations, and I will say Jackson Dart had a good game. He had a good game. Now, for your first game as a pro against an undefeated Los Angeles Chargers team with that defense that he was facing on the other side of the ball, with your star wide receiver going down in the second quarter, I think Jackson Dart played pretty well. He showed his growing pains a little bit at times, but when you think about what he was dealing with and the keys that he had in his hand, you jump in as the start of this game, in this first game, in the home opener. You're 0-3. You're dealing with a lot of pressure. Your coach is the one vouching for you, but nobody else really believes in the coach at this moment. Jackson Dart stepped up to the plate, man. And that's what you want to see from your young franchise quarterback, man. Jackson Dart looked good. Now, look at his stats. No one's going to love his stats. He threw for only 111 passing yards, rushed on the ground for 50 yards. But when you look at what he was playing and what our offense looked like in the red zone, our offense in the red zone was not great. Do not get me wrong. We missed an opportunity to score late in the game, which that still bites me a little bit, but it didn't affect the outcome of the game. The offense just looked a little bit different. The running game was a lot more volatile, and that's because Jackson Dart is a weapon with his legs. Now, he was already here stretching his hamstring a bit. I hope he is good, and I hope he's healthy for the next matchup. But I will say that's what I expected, and that's what we saw, man. They're using his legs a lot. Some might say they're using his legs way too much, but he got it done. They got it done, and they got a win when nobody expected them to win, man. Now, we know the Giants tend to do this from time to time, right? They beat a team that they don't really expect to win against. Nobody picked the Giants to win against the Chargers, and guess what? They got it done. So the best thing is keeping it with the consistency. Heading into next week, what is next week going to look like with Jackson Dart at the helm for another week? I guarantee we're going to see a more volatile, offensive approach when it comes to throwing the ball down the field. We didn't really get to see that, going with Jackson Dart. But there was a couple plays that happened that you can be, looking back at and saying, hey, I don't know if this is not Jackson Dart, if this play's being made. One of the first drives of the game where he steps up and he finds Malik Neighbors right down the middle of the field, stepping up, allowing the linebacker to collapse. Those type of plays to create. We haven't seen a quarterback like that create for us in a little bit. Just going to be transparent with you guys. When he was rolling out to the right with Darius Slayton, telling him to come back to the ball and still got it to him. We just don't see that with our quarterbacks from time to time. Yes, some quarterbacks do that, but in the Giants uniform, we just haven't seen it. It's either tuck the ball and run, don't look down the field, or vice versa, you're going to take the sack. Now, Jackson Dart did get sacked a couple times, but the good thing is that at least he didn't turn the ball over. Once again, small sample size is his first game of his career, but for the first game, man, I think he looked pretty good. Especially once again, shout out to Malik Neighbors. We hope all is well, but it's looking like it's trending towards an ACL tear, which I'm absolutely sick about. I'm going to be transparent. I'm happy the Giants won, but it feels like we lost at the same time because this is the fourth game of the season. And Malik Neighbors is looking like he's going to be out for the season, man. Hate to see it, but once again, for a guy like Jackson Dart, this completely changes his rookie season as well when you lose your best receiver on the team. Now, we're going to have to deal with the rest of his wide receiver crew, which we saw a lot of Jalen Hyatt snaps and still don't really know what's going on with that part. But the Giants got the W, and a big reason why is because the D-line. The defensive line showed up, man. Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Abdul Carter. Finally, it felt like a game where, and of course it comes away with the W, but it felt like a game where the defensive line really did win the game. They took over. The Giants put up 21 points against that Justin Herbert-led offense, and it won the game. Abdul Carter had around 10 pressures. That's a stat that I saw. 10 pressures from the rookie is insane. He's still looking for his first official sack, first solo dolo sack, but Abdul Carter was a wrecking force this game. In that first half when he had that offsides call that led to Justin Herbert scoring another touchdown, throwing the first touchdown of the game, I was pretty upset. I think a lot of people were upset about Abdul Carter feeling like he's going to be a bust, but the guy was everywhere on the field. He was pressuring Justin Herbert, and you can just tell Justin Herbert was not well. He just didn't feel like he can trust his offensive line, and I don't blame him. His left tackle went out early, and that's after already losing Rashawn Slater. But with all that being said, The D-line went after it, and they were after it all game. Brian Burns has 5 sacks on the year, so he's averaging more than a sack per game at this total right now. The defensive line is in a good spot, and you finally get to see them all play in unison. A great game. Dexter Lawrence, he showed up today. He did. People were saying that he's been showing up, but you just don't see it when it comes to the stats. Well, we all saw it today. The guy almost had a pick 6, which is insane, but he was definitely affecting the quarterback a lot with his pressure as well, and I just feel like we haven't seen that out of him recently. Dexter Lawrence played the part. Still got some things to fix. This team still, once again, they're always in a close game, whether they win or lose. They're always in a close game somehow, some way. And it was too close at the end for my liking. Tyler Nubin with his angles, man, is still getting to me. Go ahead and watch my live stream, my roll call live stream earlier this morning before the game. I spoke on Tyler Nubin. I said we need a bigger game out of him. Just as bad. I don't know what's happening with the guy. He takes a bad angle every single time. We got to find a way to shore that up, because Tyler Nubin should not be playing like that in his second year. Maybe it's because we don't tackle during training camp. But that's just me. I could be wrong. For the most part, though, defense, man, once again, shout out to the defense, but especially shout out to the D-line. Still got my gripes with a couple players, but the Giants find a way to get it done. It's never going to be perfect. This team is far away from being perfect. But when your first game with their franchise quarterback goes like this, the world is against you. A 3-0 team versus an 0-3 team. Man, if Jaxson Dart looks to be any good past this season, we can think back to his first start and just showing what he could do in his first game against an undefeated team. Like I spoke on it during the stream this morning. I said, Daniel Jones, we all remember where we were at when Daniel Jones had that first rookie game against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Well, it's safe to say that this Chargers team is probably better than that team, and nobody gave the Giants a chance. Nobody. Especially if you told me Malik Neighbors is out the whole second half. Nobody would have told me they had a chance, but they find a way to get it done. Got to come away with more touchdowns in the red zone, man. That's what I will say. But still, love to see what Jaxson Dart did. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he can, re-up. And next week against the Saints, man, can we get 2 straight wins? Can we do that? Can we stack W's? Let's enjoy this one, man. I want you guys to let me know down below, man, what's your thoughts on, overall the Giants getting their first W, Jaxson Dart's debut. We're definitely going to be talking about this through the week. Stay tuned for more videos talking about this topic, especially with Jaxson Dart. And subscribe. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're going to be rocking with the Giants, especially Jaxson Dart, seeing what he does for the rest of the season, man. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Sunday. Let's enjoy Victory Monday tomorrow, and I will catch you guys. Peace.